Hello, I'm Brandy Johnson. I'm here with Sister Fran the hen. She's been so kind as to donate some of the eggs we're going to fry today. So I want to show you a few different ways to fry an egg today. It is simple and quick, easier than most people think. We are not going to let Sister Fran witness us fry these eggs, but we wanted to give a special thanks to her for the donation. Thank you for waiting, and in the meantime, I have washed my hands after handling my chicken. If you notice, I also have my hair in a bun today, a little bit of food safety precaution, referenced from the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, and also Nature's Food Pantry, which gives us some information on the next screen about food safety pertaining to pulling your hair out of the way and also being conscientious of salmonella. In the meantime, we want to take a look quickly before we begin preheating and cooking at the biblical perspective of which came first, the chicken or the egg. In the Holy Bible, Genesis chapter 1, near verses 20 through 24, but more specifically 20 and 21, you'll find that after God had created all of the animals, he commanded them to bear fruit and to multiply the earth. And so today, I'm going to show you 3 ways to fry an egg. There are, of course, more ways to do this provided to us by Leanna's Kitchen. She has 7 different ways to cook eggs. The 3 that I'm going to focus on are over easy, sunny side up, and well done, or what I would call a sandwich egg. Oh, and I also forgot to mention the state food safety resources on the previous reference page, where also information about salmonella and how to protect yourself, even when you're cracking the live backyard eggs. These are a little different probably than what most of you buy in the store, meaning I didn't have to go to the store and get them again. So a special thanks to Sister Fran in the beginning, who was kind enough to visit with us today and let us cook some of the eggs she's laid. What we want to do is gather our ingredients. Cooking oil, some people use butter. Oil is better because it will create the surface to keep the egg from actually sticking to the pan. Also, I've chosen Teflon as opposed to my favorite cast iron skillet. I also use an electric skillet that is made of Teflon, but it's not so easy to flip hands-free without a spatula. Next ingredient. And of course, we want to have our eggs. I've gathered an extra bowl for today. Of course, you're going to need a plate, unless you're putting it on bread. So let's get started here today. Now you want to put your oil in the pan before you begin to heat it up. You want to coat the bottom thick enough that it is going to cover, be able to move around a little bit. Not too much, not too little. If you're using a 6 to 8 inch skillet for up to 3 eggs, you want at least 2 to 3 tablespoons of oil. 3 is probably too much. You can use your own judgment call. So one of the things I like to do after setting that to a medium-high heat in the beginning, I'm going to give myself a little light, and I also have a fan up there as I'm cracking eggs that, if I need to, can turn on. And right off the bat, I've broken the yolk. So we're going to start with a well done egg. And we'll go for 2 eggs. Again, gotta wash those hands. just quickly. And in most cases, you can wear gloves if you're at home and feel the need to be a little bit more fancy. Just remember, when you do have yolk on your hands, you want to get that cleaned off there quickly. Another reason why I stop to wash my hands is to get them just wet enough that when I need to, I can hear if the oil is ready or not. Generally, it takes less than a minute, minute and a half for oil to heat up. Always be safe. Don't let your dog bark in the background. We can hear our oil crackling a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and dump our well eggs in here. Give them a minute to fry. Poke this other yolk that wasn't broken yet. And while those do their thing for a few seconds, we'll get our next set of eggs ready. This is one of the reasons why I cracked that in the bowl. And again, more than one egg prepared in case I break one. A little lighter on the crack, of course. We want that yolk out of there whole. No shells in it. And I'm doing two because generally 2 is better than 1, but on the sandwich egg, it would allow you to have a piece of cheese in the middle if you cut your egg in half. So as we're cooking here, it's okay to let it get done on the bottom. I'm taking this around the edge, just so that I can make sure my egg is still going to float on the oil. Adjust my temperature down a little bit because oil does stay hot when it's heated, and your pan can roll too hot if you're not careful. Ooh. Give us a little look-see here. That one's frying up. Go around the edge lightly to push my egg around. What I've done is turn that so that it's still cooking in the oil, but now I can easily move it. The spatula is optional, folks. Do not try this at home if you're not experienced. The grease will fly, it will be painful. So today, what I'm going to do is go ahead on this well egg and give it another second to get a little bit harder on the bottom, but I'm going to assist the flip. Just real easy there, no big deal. And again, the point to this is that these cook quickly. You just do not want to overheat it to the point where you eventually need the fan above your stove. So out of my 2 eggs, I have a very large, well done egg, which means that the yellow is broke. It is cooked all the way through. You can cook it brown if you want to. I don't prefer it that way. And as you can see, you could easily put a piece of cheese, a piece of ham on there, flip it in half onto your bread when you plate it. We're going to go in next with our over easies. And the point to an over easy egg is that when you flip it, you do it easy enough that the yolks do not break. These could be referred to as over light. In some places they may go light, medium, hard. For the sake of the argument today, and to stick with Liana's kitchen, we're going to go over easy. And generally, what slides back towards the edge of the pan does take a little bit longer. Whoops. Make sure that we can get a good view there. And as you can probably hear, they are still cooking in the pan. I'm going to give it just a little more moment because in the white it is still transparent even though my yolks are still whole. Before that gets done, I'll set up my next pair of eggs. My husband hopes he can eat these when I'm done. The second up egg, first yolk broke, only dumping out half, that way it can keep the second yellow. beautiful yellows. Back to our over easies here. I am taking my 2 yolks towards the front of the pan, and I'm going to flip them over gently. My yolks did not break. I correct myself. We have a little smidgen of yellow out, but the oil will fry it up quick enough that if I pull it out of the pan soon enough, it will still have that runny yellow yolky center, but the whites will be cooked through. And again, you guys, for salmonella reasons, please make sure that you do know how you want your eggs cooked. Undercooking them can cause issues. Last but not least, we're going to go to our up eggs as we drop them in, and the point to this is that the yolks stay up, they do not get flipped. The white around them we will kind of smooth off of there at the end. And to help that white cook faster, I'm going to turn up my temperature. Again, the point to this is that we can do this quickly. But watching the eggs is not recommended. It'll take longer that way. These are actually almost done. When I give this a tilt, what is happening is the white is able to slide into the oil, finishing the cooking process on it. And if I need to, I can assist the white by pulling it out of there gently without breaking my yolks. And remember, on up eggs, there is no flip. You just want to make sure you get those whites done. I cut a little slit into the white. Top it with a little bit more oil as it slides around. We are going to pull these out of here. Gently, of course. Otherwise, you're going to end up with a sandwich egg. But here we have our beautiful sunny side up eggs. Now, they look better if you're at home and you're hungry. You can always add salt and pepper. You can put that sandwich egg on toast, bread. You can add mayonnaise, ketchup, mustard, a little bit of pickle to your preference. And of course, no live chickens were harmed during the cooking of these eggs.